Oklahoma State versus Texas, the preview. Talk to me about the Horns here.
Let's go. Texas 11-1. We know their loss was to Oklahoma early in the season. Texas has done a great job, even with Malik Murphy in there, stepped in for Quinn Ewers when he got hurt. They've done enough. And I'll be honest with you, I kept waiting for Texas to slip up all year, Christian. I did. It's a typical Texas thing to do. They didn't. Last week, they blew out Texas Tech. I know Texas Tech has been a disappointment all season long. I get that. But even in that Oklahoma game, Texas turned the ball over 3 times. Oklahoma didn't. I think Texas was actually the better football team, but unfortunately on paper, that's not how that plays out. That's why you got to play the games in real life. Texas, like I said, so far this year, they've been really good. They have been. It's their last year in the Big 12. They've been, I think the last time they've won the Big 12, I think is 2009? That's crazy for a Texas team with the type of talent they have. Steve Sarkisian has done a hell of a job there this year. And how about to say this before I kick it over to Oklahoma State? We talked about this off air for a little bit. Texas is favored right now. They were currently by about 2 touchdowns, 15 points. Last I looked on some books. This is the perfect spot for your boys over there at Oklahoma State. I know it is. Oklahoma State is one of those teams, man, when they you don't expect much out of them, supposed to get blown out. This is the type of game where they somehow pull off an upset. So I'm going to kick it over to you for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Chris. I mean, Oklahoma State was one of those weird teams. They started the year off 2-0, and then they played something called South Alabama, and then they lost. And then, they were at one point, they had like 2 straight losses there, and it was like, what are they going to do? Yeah. And then they figured it out. They finally got into Big 12 play, and they started figuring it out again. And, a couple weeks ago, they played UCF and got destroyed by them, which was weird because we didn't expect that. UCF played Oklahoma close and et cetera, et cetera. One thing Oklahoma State has done is they beat Oklahoma, and Oklahoma was the last team to beat Texas. So whatever stock you want to really put into that, put all of it into it. But Alan Bowman, I mean, he's started to play a lot better. Here's the thing. He's a good quarterback. He shows you flashes like he did last week, but he's going to turn the ball over. I mean, the guy has 10 passing touchdowns to 11 interceptions. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind. Kind of like a Josh Allen almost in a way, right?
Yeah, no sure.
In that way. So if you got him in fantasy, that might be good. But the other good thing here is Ollie Gordon II. Dude's a sophomore, Chris.
Yeah.
Has over 1,800 yards, probably closer to 1,900 yards and 23 touchdowns on the year. Dude's a workhorse out there.
He's a stud.
I mean, they're going to try to feed him the ball in this game and try to expose some of that Texas defense. I feel like in it. They got some receivers too. I mean, they got Brennan Presley and Leon Johnson. Leon Johnson, they got 166 yards last week. They've got an explosive offense. Oklahoma State on defense at times they can be a little bit suspect, to put it mildly. But here's ultimately where I lean in this game, Chris. You've got Mike Gundy, the mullet himself. I mean, he's got to be one of the longest tenured coaches, I believe. The longest tenured coach. Yep. I was just going to say in the Big 12.
Oh, 100% Big 12, yes. Yep.
Yeah, in the Big 12, but he's been there for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I look at this game, Chris. I'm just going to go ahead and give you my prediction in it.
Let's go.
What's Oklahoma State's mascot? The Cowboy?
The Cowboys.
And he shoots those little pistols off, right?
Yes, he does. Pistol Pete.
In typical Big 12 fashion, give me Oklahoma State 38, Texas 34.
I love it. I love it, man. I knew it. I knew you were going to lean there because you kept I know your little pause and delay, and you kept I know the suspense was coming. We know, man. You love harping on the Big 12 and anybody can win it. You're not wrong. It's funny. I agree with you. I hope it happens, but I'm going to go the opposite way here. I'm going to stick to my guns. No pun intended. Oklahoma State. I think Texas has got the better defense. They definitely got the better quarterback. I believe in Texas this year. Give me Texas 38, Oklahoma 17.